Talking to BIR spokesperson Attorney Brianna Kay Delos Santos. Welcome to Storycon, Attorney De Los Santos.
Hello po, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Attorney.
Good afternoon po, ma'am, sir.
You're talking to Reg, that's me, and then Ronald, and then Ed. I guess the first thing that we wanted to ask you about is kamusta na yung LOA issue, the letters of authority issue? I know when Commissioner Charlie Mendoza took over, he promised to, he first, froze the issuances of LOA, but later on, he lifted that moratorium. So now we're back to issuing LOAs. I wonder what guardrails have been put in there to ensure that they won't be abused or weaponized anymore.
The BIR already lifted the suspension last January 27, 2026, and it issued RMO 1 2026. So, ang ginawa po ni Commissioner Charlie Mendoza was to strengthen and safeguard the conduct of audit. Unang-una po, meron na po kaming single instance audit framework. Kung dati po ay nag-i-issue po ng letter of authority, multiple, sa single instance audit framework po, pwede isang LOA na lang po per taxable year covering all internal revenue taxes. So, naiiwasan na po natin ang pag-multiple issuance kasi po mayroon dati tayong VAT audit na kinakonduct every semester.
So, but attorney, isn't there already a law that, or hindi ko sure if it's a law or a directive that you can't audit a business for, was it 3 years straight? Unless you have reasonable cause.
No, we can audit po. Ang issuance naman ng LOA is safeguard yan ng batas na para ma-check ang compliance. Ang 3-year period yun po is on the period of prescription na hindi mo na po ma-audit pag beyond the 3 year from the date of filing ng taxpayer. So, nangyayari po kasi dati, nagmumultiple LOA kasi nag-i-issue po, nauuna po lagi ang VAT audit assessment. So, pag nai-issuean ka na ng first quarter na VAT audit, at the second quarter, i-issuean ka po ulit. Tapos, ang Revenue District Office where the taxpayer is registered can also issue letter of authority covering all internal revenue taxes except VAT. So, may hindi po siya nagpo-cover ng same taxes. That's the reason why. Is it allowed? However, iba-ibang opisina po ang nag-i-issue niyan at ang submission po ng mga taxpayer nagiging multiple lang rin po.
But wasn't it also the problem before that, although there are guardrails in place, that the issue was with the rogue revenue officers and district offices? We've spoken to a lot of businesses that have told us na yun nga, na-audit sila sometimes several times in a year, sometimes once at least every year. And many times what these auditors or what these assessors are asking for is, of course, bribe. So what are we doing to curb that?
That's the reason po. Commissioner Charlie Mendoza issued RMO 1 2026 para po ma-protect ma-systemize ang issuance of LOA. So ang nangyari po dito, ang pag-issue at pagpili is system-assisted na po. So pag system-assisted na, dati kasi may discretion sa pagpili. Although we have criteria on the selection, but since it is manual, ang nangyayari po, may discretion po sa pagpili, kaya yun ang nangyayari, nagiging multiple. In this case, system-assisted na po siya, maglagay na po kami ng parameters sa system na once the system detects na pumasok po siya sa mga criteria, yun lang po ang time na mai-issuean ng letter of authority. However, I just want to clarify rin po na kung sa system-assisted po, it doesn't mean po na hindi ka na po may i-issuean every year. Kasi pag na-trigger ang system, mag-i-issue pa rin siya yearly kung nakakwalify ang taxpayer.
And can I just clarify, does system-based mean it all goes up to Commissioner Mendoza's office. Siya lang ang pwede mag-authorize ng LOA audit. Is that right?
We already have the parameters set under Annex A of RMO 1 2026. So, meron na nga po tayong criteria, ano na po siya, i-generate na siya na system. However, for those that ang kailangan po na i-audit dahil po may mga findings, everything will go to the office of Commissioner Mendoza for his approval.
Attorney, isang dahilan kung bakit sinuspend ito at ngayon ay nilift na yung suspension ay dahil meron kayong nakita mga problema, di ba? So, anong gagawin dun sa inyong mga empleyado
Personnel
na inabuso itong sistema ng LOA? Are they under internal investigation? May mga kaso bang sinasampa sa kanya? Or parang kalimutan na? No?
Sir, ano po, yung when the commissioner suspended audit last November 24, 2025, it was a response to numerous complaints na natatanggap po ni BIR. So ang nangyari po is nag-conduct po ng audit investigation at as what the commissioner had said in his interviews, at present we have 30 revenue officers that are undergoing investigation. So sa ngayon po, ongoing pa po ang investigation at we cannot disclose pa po, ayaw namin po ma-jeopardize ang results ng investigation. But rest assured that the corresponding administrative and criminal liability will be imposed for those that are discovered that or those that are may na-establish po na nag-abuso po sila ng mga mga powers na binigay po sa kanilang batas.
We understand po, pero that was 4 months ago, ma'am. Kung November pa yun, it's already middle of March. That's a lot of time already in between November and March. We were wondering if there was any update
Progress
as far as that those investigations are concerned.
The suspension was last November, but
Yes,
it took, syempre nag-investigate pa po, tapos yun nga po, nag-ano na po kami, i-investiga na po na kami ng mga, nakitaan na po ng probable cause. But we also have to observe due process rin po sa pag-investigate sa mga yun.
So kakasuhan sila, attorney?
Yes po.
Okay. At this point, let me just bring in our other co-host, Amy Pamintuan. She's the editor-in-chief of Philippine Star. Amy, we're talking to Attorney Brianna Kay Delos Santos, the BIR spokesperson.
Hi, Attorney. Hi, everyone. Sorry,
Hello,
I'm late. May
Happy
technical
weekend.
problem lang kami dito.
Okay.
Ma'am, pahaba lang dun sa
Good afternoon, Ma'am Ami.
may na po kayong may probable cause are you free to tell us how many employees or officials of
30
BIR have
30.
been found to in 30 plus ating under investigation, pero
Yeah.
yung
May
may probable
probable
cause
cause
na,
na.
Okay.
mga ilan na ho kaya?
At present po, may mga 30 po kami.
All of them. May probable cause na.
Yes po.
Lahat.
These are in-house employees of the BIR?
Yes po. Mga empleyado po.
Okay.
Opo.
And at this point, are they still working at the BIR or nasuspend sila?
Some are imposed already a preventive suspension. Iba po, tapos na po ang preventive suspension nila.
May expansion pa ba yan, Attorney, yung investigation nyo on graft? Kasi matagal na naman na problema yung corruption sa BIR eh. At any assessment by a person, yan ang problema, hindi ba? No? Merong
Human element.
merong leeway sila eh. No? Laging sinasabi, ito yung assessment ko, malaki, pwedeng bawasan na lang natin. That's the SOP, di ba? Yung naririnig namin sa mga story. Ganito kalaki yung assessment nyo, liitan na lang natin, pero siyempre, meron kaming konting facilitation fee or whatever you call it. How extensive is that problem? Hanggang ngayon ba? Ganyan pa rin siya ka-pervasive. Anyway, that's the perception na pervasive siya sa BIR.
Sa ngayon po, kasi ma'am, nag-resume pa lang po yung yung audit investigation.
Yes.
So, ang naririnig din po natin is all, yung mga general statement po. But with respect to a actual na complaints po na pinafile, meron po, inaaksyonan naman po namin. Pero yun nga po, ang mga nagrereklamo kasi hindi naman po ganun kadami. Kaya, siyempre, kung may magrereklamo po, inaaksyonan po namin talaga.
Kung magrereklamo, saan po magrereklamo?
Pwede po sila mag-email sa tellthecommissioner@bir.gov.ph. Marami rin po kaming mga sa internet po, meron doon po si chat ready or pwede rin kayo mag-email sa commissioner@bir.gov.ph. Kung gusto nyo pong mag-personal na magreklamo, bukas po ang mga Revenue Investigation Division namin. You can file a complaint directly with that. And kung sa national office naman po, nandiyan din po ang Internal Investigation Division.
So, attorney, wala kayong investigation moto proprio on your own? Wala kayong sariling oversight
Kailangan may
sa inyong
complaint.
mga tao? Kailangan ba may maghintay pa na may magreklamo bago sila maimbestigahan?
Meron naman po kaming kinakandak na mga integrity check po sa mga empleyado na moto proprio na kinakandak ni BIR. Pero yun nga po ang for more extensive na syempre kailangan din namin ng mga witnesses na mga ganon.
People have to bring the problems, the cases to you, no, with evidence as well. So tell the commissioner at bir.gov.ph. Is that right? Did I hear that right?
Yes po.
Tell the commissioner.
BIR.gov.ph.
Natawa ako kanina kasi kala ko may reklamo si Ami.
Cambio ako po pag
Yes,
tapos yan.
we're gonna talk now about fuel excise taxes.
First, iba pa yun sa akin. Pero sige, go
Okay,
ahead.
sorry. Attorney,
Diba,
what is the BIR stand? As you know, there's a bill moving very fast through Congress right now asking the president to suspend or cut fuel excise taxes pag crude stays above $100. $80 a barrel.
80.
What is the BIR's official stance on this?
It is it will the reduction or suspension of excise taxes will eventually result to the lower revenue for the BIR. So, pero naiintindihan namin that there is a global crisis that is happening now, and we defer the policy direction with the Department of Finance. So, ang epekto naman kasi po since ang natin fuel is subject to both excise taxes and VAT.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
any changes in oil prices can affect the tax collection. So yun po.
And can I just verify the figure with you? DOF Secretary Frederick Go said we might lose 136 billion pesos if fuel excise taxes are suspended from May to December of this year. But of course, the collection of fuel excise taxes is a bit seasonal. So hindi yan, uniform every month. So if we were to suspend in the next 3 months, do you guys have an estimate as to how much in revenues the government might lose?
For the BIR po, we cannot provide the exact data since mostly po ang fuel is on importation. So it is lodged in with the Bureau of Customs. What we have is data only on the excise tax collection on petroleum products as collected by the BIR. Kasi po mostly naman po na collection po namin is on yung nandito lang po sa Pilipinas.
Okay.
So, pag importation na po kasi, DOC na, kaya we will stand by the data provided by Secretary Go kasi po being the office in charge with both the BOC and the BIR, they have the correct data on how much is the revenue impact.
And do you already have a figure for all of 2025? Kasi I tried to look for it. Ang nakita ko lang is for 2024, which amounted to 303 billion pesos for a year. Attorney, I wonder if you guys have an updated figure at all? Yung total lang.
Ang Ang for sa amin po kasi, yung kolekta lang ng BIR sa
Yes,
excise
correct.
tax for 2025 is 134.21 million. So mostly po kasi Bureau of Customs po ang data.
But but you guys tally it anyways, right?
Sorry? Again
You
po?
do tally it at some point. Nire-reconcile po yung
Yeah.
figures at some point sa BIR.
Yes po. It is with the Department of Finance that that monitors and collates all the data in the collection of the petroleum products, excise on petroleum.
Okay. Ed,
Ma'am, cambio lang ako. Medyo iba-ibang topic ng konti. I'm sure you've heard already about the issue with Senator Rodante Marcoleta. Tumanggap daw siya ng mga donation na ginamit niya sa kampanya. But in his defense, sabi niya, the donations were made before the campaign period started, meaning that he was not yet a candidate at that time. We talked actually to COMELEC yesterday or last night. Ang sabi ng COMELEC, kasi kung ganun ang argumento, ang BIR ang mukhang kailangan tumingin dun sa issue at hindi ang COMELEC. Dahil ang tanong doon ay, ito po ang tanong ko sa inyo, in that case po, should Senator Marcoleta have paid donors tax for any contributions or donations that he accepted before he became an official candidate with the start of the campaign period last year?
For collections, for donations naman po kasi for campaign period, that was granted before the election period, is dapat subject sa donor's tax po.
Subject dapat sa donor's tax po. Tama ho?
Yes po, yes
I
po.
got you right. So he should have paid donor's tax if he insists that it is not covered by the campaign period because it was done before the start of the campaign period. Magkano po yung donor's tax dapat? How much would that be in percentages?
It's 6% po of the amount, donated amount.
Okay. I don't know if I don't know if you can answer this, but would the BIR have any record of any payment of the donor's tax by the senator, by the good senator?
We will check on that po. If we have, we can check po on his filing po kung nabayaran po yung donor's tax.
Kasi yung po, that's the conundrum right now. Kasi lumalabas kasi na wala raw siyang, ang ginastos daw niya sa kampanya is 112 million, pero ang kanyang salin is nasa 52 million lamang. So mas malaki ang ginastos niya kaysa sa yung kanyang pag-aari at wala raw siya officially na mga campaign contributors. Kaya po lumabas ang issue na yan na ito ba'y donation within the campaign period or donation outside the campaign period. So klaro po 'yon.
must pay
Any
donor's
donation
tax.
made before he became a candidate,
Yes po.
regardless of whether it is used
Yes,
for
po.
the campaign itself or for other personal purposes, has to have been subject to donor's tax.
Basta before po the campaign period.
Yes, ma'am.
Attorney,
I think, by the way-
pwede bang belated payment?
Yes,
Kung hindi na bayaran,
sorry ma'am.
pwede bang bayaran ngayong taon?
Yes po ma'am, we can make an assessment but subject to the corresponding penalties and interest.
May penalty yon, may penalty. Hindi naman siya criminal,
Yes.
Wala namang criminal doon.
Yes po.
Ha?
Subject lang po sa corresponding surcharge and interest.
Okay.
Let me just correct the record as well. I think he
Pero
reported.
pero
Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
pero if it's proven that there was an unintentional failure to file the appropriate taxes, pwede po rin masasubject sa criminal liability.
Pag intentional.
What does that mean, ma'am?
Yeah.
In terms of intentional...
Paano mapapatunayan kaya yung
Opo.
tax evasion nun eh?
aksidente.
Paano kaya mapapatunayan
Oo.
nun?
Kasi po alam naman na po na kung sa subject siya sa excise, sa donor's tax, at hindi po nabayaran. Depende po, we will check on that po.
Kasi po
Okay.
that's basically between October 2024 and February of 2025 pa. Bali, basically more than a year ago.
Yeah.
And the spending,
Okay.
the figure for campaign spending was 139.9 million pesos.
That's the latest.
That's what he reported, but the declared net worth was 52 million pesos nga. So there's a big discrepancy there. Okay, but it's clear. I mean, as far as donors tax, we all pay donors tax. I mean,
If you get donations.
yeah, exactly. Kahit naman even for assets like land, you have to pay donors tax.
Meron namang history, attorney, ng nakasuhan nyo in similar situation, similar non-payment ng donors tax.
Based on records po, I do not have any data sa ngayon, pero parang wala pa po.
Okay. Speaking of tax evasion, attorney, let me just pivot again. Have there been any updates on the tax evasion case against the Discayas? Ano na pong nangyari doon?
With regards to the case against Sarah and Curly Discaya, so the BIR already have the complaints filed with the DOJ, and it is undergoing legal process. So ngayon, continuous pa rin po ang pag-audit namin sa mga kaninang properties, and additional cases may follow. Kasi yung nauna po naming na-file ng mga cases is activation cases. It also involves yung mga pag-aari nila ng mga yung sa excise taxes nila for the 9 luxury vehicles. And yung mga documentary stamp tax yung related sa share, so yung sa pag-transfer ng mga shares. So ngayon, as we are all aware, marami rin po silang kumpanya, and yun nga po, undergoing pa po lahat sa investigation on whether we will file a criminal case on those companies. But personally po, we already filed cases against Sarah and Curly Discaya.
So the figure that you guys, how much did you say the liability was supposed to be?
It's more or less 7.18 billion in tax liability.
Okay, 7.18 billion pesos. Yun nga yung naalala ko. It was in the billions, but I couldn't remember the exact figure. But hindi pa po yan tapos. You are still assessing the businesses. So that figure doesn't include tax
Yes.
liabilities for the businesses yet.
Hindi pa po. Yung mga other companies, alam naman po namin na napakarami silang companies po.
What happens
What about yung mga cases sa politiko or former politicos involved in the flood control? Kumusta naman, kasi I understand you're being tapped by the ombudsman and the DOJ for all these investigations.
So for all other personalities that were mentioned and identified during the congressional and Senate hearings, there is an ongoing audit investigation that is being conducted against them. So kung meron po kaming findings, we will file the corresponding criminal cases, particularly po yung tax evasion, kung hindi po sila naka-file. There is an intent to evade payment of taxes.
Mga ilang tao po kaya yan, yung personalities, political personalities?
I do not have the records sa ngayon, but we can provide you po in sa next po na ano.
But how are you? I mean, I'm just curious about how you're investigating this. Are you how are you able to come up with the figure for the tax liabilities? Binabasa niyo po sa I guess for the politicians it would be the SALNs or the sources against the ITRs, the income tax returns. Is that it?
The BIR has power under the tax code to access third-party information. So yung mga involved na personalities, diba, aware naman po tayo na po sila, ang mga kontrata nila nakikita naman sa DPWH, makikita naman sa mga COA reports, kung magkano ang mga disbursements. Lahat po ng government agencies po, pwede po naming matingnan kung kung yung mga records rin nila. So, extensive po ang audit investigation na kinakandak. We coordinate with all government agencies. Tulad po ng mga diskaya nga po, nag-issue kami ng mga warrants of garnishment of the properties. We send letters to the LRA, including sa mga sa LTO, kung may mga sasakyan po sila. So ganun po ka-extensive po ang pagkandak ng audit investigation po.
Okay. All right.
Well, in relation kanina dun sa excise tax, paano meron ngang sabi nga ni Reg, may mga mawawalang revenues pag na-implement yung excise tax suspension for at least 6 months. Yung isang usapin kasi dyan, attorney, ay para mapunuan yung mawawala na revenues ay improve tax collection. Meron ba kayong indicative idea kung gaano kalaki yung nawawala sa tax evasion sa ating bansa annually?
At sa ngayon po, I do not have data on how much po ang nawawala sa tax evasion.
Pero pinag-aaralan nyo ba yan? Kasama ba yan sa inyong trabaho na i-assess?
Yes po.
Oo.
Yes po. That's the reason po nag-i-issue kami ng letters of authority para ma-determine kung tama ba ang binabayad at kung tama po ba by deficiency assessment or ang kanilang deficiency assessment, there is a willful intent na nagre-redound sa tax evasion po.
Halimbawa, panghuli, attorney, in relation dito sa mga investigation, sa mga politicians, congressmen, senators, local officials na yung kanilang expenses ay hindi nagja-jibe sa kanilang SALN. Meron ba kayong, again, motu proprio, on your own, may ginagawa ba kayong investigasyon tungkol dito? Halimbawa, isang senador na ang SALN ay pinakamababa sa Senado, pero yung kanyang lifestyle o yung mga regalo niya sa kanyang asawa ay more than triple nung kanyang SALN. Meron ba kayong ganong klaseng on your own na ginagawa investigation na very glaring na mga discrepancy dun sa wealth at saka dun sa kayamanan ng mga politicians natin?
Yes po, we conduct audit investigation po. Wala po kasing exempt sa pag-conduct namin ng audit investigation. So kung may nakikita po kami mga proof na yun nga po, hindi po tugma yung mga SALN nila or mga ganong instances po na hindi na po, yun yung ba yung tinatawag natin pong lifestyle check?
Yes.
Yung sa amin naman po, ang tinatawag natin yan po, yung net worth method. Yung sa amin sa BIR. So, iniimbestigahan, how can you afford, minamatch po siya sa mga declaration mo, sa SALN mo, sa ITR mo, kung tama ba ang dineclare mo sa ITR mo, kung paano ka nakabili, naka-acquire ng ganyang mga properties po. Meron po kaming mga ganong programa po.
I guess
check po.
I guess, Ronald, your point is that these things should be done regularly anyways, even without anyone,
Any complaint.
even without any
Pahabol
complaints.
na lang. Pahabol lang. Ano na yung status nung yung effort to collect from the real estate tax from the Marcoses? Yung huling figure na narinig namin is 200 billion. That's so much more than the whatever will be lost sa excise tax. Buhay pa ba yun, yung effort na yun?
Sa ngayon po, wala po akong data regarding sa mga barcos po. But I can provide you with the data po on the status po.
Sige, attorney, balikan ka namin on some of these questions that we raised. I understand you don't have the data on hand, so fair enough. But thank you for indulging us. And I know that we raised some of the topics that we didn't originally agree on. But thank you for indulging us on those and for talking to us today. We'll let you go. That was BIR spokesperson, Attorney Brianna Kay Delos Santos. Salamat.
Salamat, attorney.
Thank you, attorney.
Thank you, attorney.
Thank you po. Good afternoon.